Hi folks, very warm welcome to another video in the Microsoft Sim. This will be a Modders Monday episode featuring the aircraft on your screen. This is the NextGen Simulations Bandeirante, or Bandit, as us old fellas like to call it. Because after all, we're running out of time on this planet. We need to shorten our vocab. Yeah, Modders Monday, there's a mod, an improvement mod that's been around for a little while for this aeroplane. I had it installed in a previous incarnation. Make it sound like I've had multiple lives here. Previous incarnation of the mod, not of my presence in the world. Uninstalled it and I've reinstalled it, and I'm going to check it out today. That's the purpose of the flight. We're in the Ween Air Alaska livery, which is completely inappropriate for the location that we're going to be flying from and to. The city of, what's this? City of Kotzebue. Did I get that close? Kotzebue? Livery? It's quite nice, isn't it? I know that this livery works with FS Economy. That's why I've chosen it. We begin our journey in a place over here in Canada. Before I get any comments, I know it's not Canada. Over here in the Quebec province, and we're flying to another place in also in the Quebec province, flying sort of from the Gulf of St. Lawrence across the St. Lawrence River to another destination. If I sound a little uncertain of where I am and where I'm going, well, there's a good reason for that, folks. So let's both find out what the flight plan is. And right on cue, here is the flight plan, little nav map, folks. Here we are. So, we begin our journey in a place called, I'm going to call it Bonaventure. Now, that's probably nowhere close to how local Quebecians, I don't know what the locals call themselves. I'm going to call it Bonaventure. Charlie Yanko, Victor Bravo for the purists. And we're going to fly an IFR journey, although it's a VFR sort of day. We've got an IFR flight plan. We're going to fly across to a place called Alma, which is over here. A journey of about 260 nautical miles, which is probably going to take us the best part of about an hour and a half, maybe a little longer. We do have a decent westerly breeze blowing by the looks of it, 288 at 17, where we are at present. A little bit of traffic around, although I never seem to see much traffic in this sim. It's very rare. For me, I don't know whether I've got something set incorrectly. If there is a trick to actually showing live traffic reliably, let me know what that is. I've got everything switched on, I think, that I'm supposed to. Anyway, it's an FS Economy run. We're taking, I don't know, I think 9 packs or something from Bonaventure across to Alma. Charlie Yanko. What's T? Tango, mate. Foxtrot. Charlie Yankee? Tango, Foxtrot. I've made a deal of this already. It bodes well for an interesting adventure. Anyway, folks, I'm doing this flight. A couple of reasons. I need some virtual coin in FS Economy, and I know I've got a viewer, or maybe multiple viewers on this side of Canada, which of course received the World Update 11 treatment. So I thought I'd make the jaunt over here, do some flying in your part of the world. These are provinces, aren't they, in Canada? Quebec's a province. Ontario's a province, I think. Am I right? They're not states, are they? They're provinces or provinces. We've got a lot of French-sounding sort of places that we're going to fly across. Give me an excuse to drag out my very ordinary French accent, or not. I'm not even going to try, folks. That's the flight plan. Let's go flying. All right, so welcome aboard, folks. Engine start has been achieved. We'll set local barrow 2982 on the old INHG. Flight plan down here, that's good. CDI, we've got the GNS 750 and the 650 down here. What else do we need to worry about? It's a busy panel, isn't it? Probably a whole lot of stuff that we actually need to worry about. Our first waypoint is 35 miles from here, a place called Lexon is the go. Jude's on board. Hello, lovely. How are you?
So happy to be here.
Jude, what's happening with your back? You've got a slump. You're blending with the seat. What's going on there?
Focus on my front. That's where the good stuff is.
Oh, well, I can't argue with that, Jude. Hey, you won't need to twist my arm to focus on the front. Hello. Jude, you don't look that happy. And again, you never do. And you know what, Jude? I've had a viewer, in fact, I think multiple viewers, or perhaps it's the same guy who's just absolutely obsessed with your hair. I don't know. I've had someone comment that your hair is a little tightly coiffed, as they say. And you're just wondering if perhaps you might want to relax that at some point. But Jude, I don't know. I kind of like you the way you are. I think it'd be weird if you sort of let your hair down. I wouldn't know how to handle you, much as I enjoy handling you, Jude. Anyway, we'll leave you be. Actually, Jude, you know what? I'm going to give you the day off. And I can do that because this mod has the option to do that. I think it's this button, and she's gone. There you go. It's probably given her back pain a bit of relief as well. So Jude's going to take a breather, folks. We're going to get flying here out onto the runway. Looks like we've got a nice breeze to take off into, heading in a sort of northwesterly direction. I'll get us out there. We'll do some flying. We'll have a look at the mod en route, and yeah, that's the plan. Alright, lined up runway 31 here, folks. Of course, the local attraction here at Bonaventure, the floating trees. Look at that. It is a unique attraction. I reckon I'd fly to the other side of the world just to have a look at that. And we've got some sort of cliff here with a bit of a platform extending out, a diving platform perhaps. Don't know what's going on there, folks. Something's happened with World Update 11. The birds aren't happy either. They're giving it to me. I know, birds. I heard you the first 103 times. They're getting louder as I get louder. Not good. Anyway, folks, we are ready to depart, I think, runway 31 here at Bonaventure. Let's do this thing. New ground physics have been introduced in this mod. We'll go full juice. Or close enough to it. There we go. A little bit of right boot required, mate. Keep it on the centre line. More right boot. We're a bit wobbly here. There's 90 knots. We can probably rotate about there. We can. A little bit of a breeze here. We'll go positive rate gear up and all that. Accelerate through to about 160 odd knots. Ah, beautiful. There we go. The Bandit. Away we go. The breeze is picking up as we climb. It tends to do that. And it's going to be right on the nose most of the journey by the looks of it. We'll get rid of flaps and all that sort of stuff. Head out over the wet stuff towards our first waypoint. Folks, I'll join you en route, and we'll talk about the mod and hopefully do something about that background noise. Alright, settled nicely in the cruise here at 8,500, folks. Going to go across VFR, even though little NavMap gave us an IFR flight plan. And it did that because I selected an IFR flight plan, not expecting the weather to be so beautiful this afternoon in this part of the world. So we are en route, our first waypoint, which is Lexon, I think, from memory. Lexon, which is actually at an airport at a place called Charlo. Now, I'm sure that you Quebecians, you Canadians, pronounce it something like Charlot, being all Frenchy and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, Lexon / Charlot. That's the last poor French accent that I do, folks. As I said, we're en route, 8,500 feet. We'll have a look at what the mod brings and also talk about a sound pack edition that you can get for this aircraft. There is a cost for the sound pack, but I might talk about that separately. It's a very low cost. It's fantastic value. A lot of people do avail themselves of the sound pack catalogue that this guy provides. FTSim Plus is who I refer to. Can I just say, if you're a recent subscriber to the channel, first of all, welcome aboard. Thank you. Secondly, if you're if you're new here, you may be wondering why I seem to be filming these things in a jungle. It's because I am surrounded by animals when I do this, folks. There is no professional studio involved here at all. I might as well be filming it in the middle of the Amazon. I am surrounded by critters. That is the nature of my life. I actually like it that way. I'm one of those weirdos who actually prefer animals to people, to be perfectly honest. And some of those creatures happen to be of the feathered variety, being birds. So they will chime in from time to time, on most videos actually, and you'll also hear at least one of the dogs, and there are multiple dogs that keep me company. So look, if that sort of interrupts your enjoyment of flight simulation videos, I understand. I guess I'm just saying that's kind of par for the course in my videos, folks. So I do try and sort of minimise it where I can, but yeah, the little creatures they don't seem to speak English. And if they want to make noise, they're going to make noise. So, and I really don't mind, and I hope you don't either. Anyway, folks, let's have a look at what this mod brings to the aircraft. And here it is, the mod. The Embraer 110 Bandeirante Improvement Mod version 2.0 by our good friend Jaydee over here at the old TA. Does some fantastic work. Look at his karma score, 112,000 karmas. That's impressive. He brings a lot to the simulator. German-speaking fella is Mr. Jaydee. So this is hot off the press, version 2.1. So reworked performance and flight model to better match the POH. Co-pilot can be hidden, so we saw that. We can turn Jude off and fix the wipers not working. Well, today's not the day to test the wipers, folks. It does a whole lot of stuff. I won't read all of that. I will provide a link to it in the description. As I said at the start of the video, I had this mod installed, a previous version of it. It didn't seem to actually work. That may be my fault. I'm going to say that it was. It seems to work now, and I really have wanted to get this thing working. To bring the Bandit, which we know is an aircraft with some issues. I actually enjoy it, but it has some issues. What I do want to mention, and I mentioned this earlier, apologies for the repetition, so it includes a mod for the King Air sound. So it basically maps this aircraft to the default sim King Air. I don't like that, and I kind of agree with Mr. Jaydee. Very good sound mod from FT Sim Plus. I'll show you that in a separate segment. I do recommend it. The default sounds in this aircraft are very ordinary indeed. So still to do, further tuning of the flight model, that's good, and trying to include a co-pilot in cockpit. You've already achieved that, Mr. Jaydee, as far as I'm aware. And then you've got it in German as well, for those of you that like that sort of thing. Very popular mod, 5,500 almost downloads. The Bandeirante Improvement Mod version 2. What was I saying about the birds before, that I kind of like it? Yeah, not always the piercing sound birds. If you can just keep it down a little bit, it would be appreciated. Anyway, let's have a look at the FT Sim Plus sound packs. Alright, so this is ftsimplus.com, folks. I think it's a one-man band here, and this guy adds a lot of immersion. We love that word, simming, don't we? Immersion, audio immersion to our sim through some sound packs. And he does that for X-Plane, whole bunch, the Microsoft Sim, and the old Microsoft Sim, and P3D. We'll have a look at his catalogue for the Microsoft Sim. As you can see, he's been busy. Whole lot of stuff there, folks. Sound packs for various aircraft, both payware and freeware. Well worth checking out. You access this stuff, the good stuff. Now, he does offer some stuff for free, but the good stuff, the good sound packs, are enabled through a Patreon subscription. You can choose how much per month to donate, but yeah, That's the model. A subscription model gets you access to all of the sound packs. And if you have a whole lot of these aircraft installed and you fly them a lot, we'll have a look at the Bandit one, which is down here. Yeah, it's pretty bloody good value, right? So there's a demo version which you can get, default quality. Yeah, you can see what this sound pack thing is all about. But if you want the good stuff, the full version includes all effects. You get engine sounds in this particular aircraft, and you also get weather sounds, wind on the interior and exterior as well. And if you want the full one, you have to go to Patreon. I'm going to click that for you. Those of you that are not familiar with Patreon, I'll accept that. And yeah, basically it's suggesting that the basic tier is $2 a month. Or you can join for $3 a month. I'm not sure what's going on now. I think I pay this $3 a month. I think it's pretty good value. I've got a whole bunch of his sound packs installed, including in X-Plane as well. So pretty bloody good value for money if you like to improve the audio experience in the sim. Anyway, that's the sound pack for this aircraft. We had a look at the mod. We're in the cruise, en route to our destination. I'll see you for the approach. Oh, we're about 45 minutes from touchdown at this point, folks. Just had a look at the current weather at Alma. It's going to be sporty. It looks like a gusty crosswind. We're going to have to descend to stay VFR by the looks of it as well. Because if we keep trucking along at 8.5, we're going to hit some cloud. We're going to be in cloud, at least. And I kind of want to maintain visual reference to the ground, don't I? What was I saying earlier about at least one of the dogs chimes in? Well, that's one of them. She's the most popular contributor to my videos. Anyway, 45 minutes out. I'll see you for the approach into Alma. So I know I said I'd see you for the approach, folks. I often do that in my videos. But occasionally, the scenery, what I'm seeing during the course of the whole flight, sitting here in the chair, I feel is worth sharing. It's an absolute beautiful view. I don't get to this part of the world very often at all, so it's nice to have a VFR sort of a day to enjoy it. Some of these canyons here, are they actual canyons in real life? I mean, they feel a little bit harsh. Those drops are pretty significant, aren't they? Hey? This is what you see in this part of the world, folks. In this sim. Sort of mid-afternoon on what is a beautiful day. We've been fighting a westerly the whole way across. We're not exactly going to set records here for ground speed. 164. I've dialed back the power and the props a little bit, trying to save some fuel. I think I've somewhat underestimated the amount of fuel that we need. We'll get there. It'll be okay. But I don't know. We seem to be burning about 600. Let's say about 600 pounds an hour. So we've burned 708. I don't know how accurate this is. I know that earlier on we had a look at what's still to do with the mod. I don't know. Does it burn too much fuel as it stands? I'm not sure. I don't think I've taken enough. Well, if I was flying professionally, I definitely haven't. We're going to be below reserves, is my guess. Yeah, so we're about 66.9 nautical miles. Incredibly noisy flight, folks. Which I have tried to limit the amount of cruise footage. We have descended to 6.5 just to get out of some of this cloud. We were icing up as well, so we had to actually had to discover where the de-icing stuff is up here, top of the panel there, top of the overhead. Didn't even know it was there. I thought this thing has to have some sort of de-icing. I eventually found it and we got rid of the ice. It's a little bit unrealistic because it just it was there 1 minute and then it was gone, like within a couple of seconds. Somewhat unrealistic. Can we open this window? Oh, we can. Does it do anything with the sound? No. Didn't realise the glass was tinted. That's pretty good. It's nicely animated, but there's no impact of the sound. Anyway, folks, I guarantee you the next segment will feature an approach down into Alma. Alright, folks, we're about 15 miles from Alma. This is the Saguenay River. Oh, I've got that vaguely close, Saguenay, and Lake St. John in the difference. And we're basically tracking towards Alma at this time direct. Yeah, about 14 miles. In fact, we should begin our descent. So we'll come down to about, I'll plug in 1500 in here. 15 is the one I wanted. We'll arm that. Nice gentle descent of about 500 feet a minute. What do you reckon? Actually, probably need to go a little bit steeper than that. We'll just come back on the juice as well. Landing light we've already got sorted. Yeah, everything else is okay, I think. Upstairs we've got the anti-ice off. All good. It's been an enjoyable flight. Challenging a little bit with the icing situation. We've had to descend 4.5 to remain visual out of the fluffy stuff and out of the ice. But there you go. We're to the east of Alma at this time. There's the river, the Saguenay. I should issue a blanket apology / disclaimer at the start of every video when I fly in foreign lands. Well, when I fly anywhere, really, even in Australia, I manage to screw up. But I do appreciate the clarifications that come through on the channel from locals. It's fantastic to hear from you. So please keep correcting me. Yeah, so down through 3.5 with local barrow is 2988 here. Expecting, yeah, a little bit of a sporty arrival. We've got variable wind and gusting up to 19 knots, so 11 to 19 according to the little nav map. Could make for an interesting arrival. I have a feeling, I feel it in my bones, that a runway excursion may be on the cards here, folks. Just saying, quietly. I may have jinxed myself there. Anyway, I hope that wherever you are in the world, whether you're here in Canada or wherever you are, it's a big planet, isn't it? There's a lot of us occupying it. I think we're coming up to the 8 billion or something, aren't we? Yeah, people may argue it's probably about 4 billion too many. I don't know. I think the universe may have plans for us in terms of population control. Maybe we're already experiencing that through climate change and pandemics and all that sort of stuff. But I hope wherever you are in the world that you're well, that you're safe, and that you're enjoying this flight simulation caper. However you choose to partake in this hobby. And it really is, it's a world of opportunity. Different simulators and different ways of engaging with it. And that's part of its appeal, isn't it? 2,500 feet. Alma is 12 o'clock, somewhere out there. Somewhere out there, folks. All I can see at the moment is trees and blurry scenery. It's out there. We've got some stuff. We've got some stuff popping in. The sim is performing pretty well. I hope it is for you as well. Sim update 10. Once I got the settings sorted, the whole DX11, DX12, DLSS thing. Yeah, if you're interested in what settings I'm running, it's on the website. I have updated the page. I'm not running DLSS and I'm not running DX12, but it's running really quite smoothly. The odd stutter or two. I couldn't tell you what my frames are. Haven't put the counter on for a while. As long as it's running smooth, I'm pretty happy at this point. Just want to enjoy the time I have left on the planet generally, but particularly when I indulge in this hobby. So down through 1500, we might give Georgie a rest at this point. Autopilot off, yaw damper can come off, flight director can come off. Everything off. We're down to 130 knots. Yeah, about 4 miles. Now, runway 31, I think, is the go. I think I can see our strip. We'll just slow down. We'll take first stage of flap. Give ourselves a chance at a I don't know, about a 2 mile final, something like that. Slow ourselves down. I think this is the strip here. I reckon that's it there, Alma. At 5,000 feet worth of tarmac. Through about 130 knots. A little bit choppy as we come in. We got those gusts kicking in. Not to everyone's liking, the wind gusty thing, and people asking to turn them off. Yeah, I won't come in any further, and then to say, look, it feels probably as close to the real thing as what I've experienced in this simulator anyway. So I'm okay with it. I like the challenge, but perhaps some people feel that it's overdone, and people want different levels of realism, I suppose. We'll take the boots at this point as well, take another stage of flap. There's Alma. I'm going to give myself about a 2 mile final. I haven't gone too far off that. A little bit of right boot. Let's see how we go. We are getting tossed around a tad, 120 knots. Looking to approach at just under 100, something like that, from memory. Here we go. I know this is a handful on the ground. Well, it was unmodded. We'll see if the mod's done anything to improve that. We'll take full flap now. Props full forward. Slowing to around just under 100. Short final if we can. Yeah, having to work hard here in Alma. Keep it sorted. We've got fair old crab angle carrying in here. Runway 31 Alma, folks. Whoa, this is good fun. Here we go. Can we keep it on the strip? Bit of wing down. Can we keep it on? On? There we go. I think we're on. We are. Can we keep it on the strip? Oh, we did all right there. Trying hard anyway. There we go. We've got a bit of braking happening. There's not much happening here in Alma in terms of airport scenery. Is there a place to get off here? In the aviation sense, get off. I disabled Jude earlier, so that option's not available to me. I almost got through this whole flight without inappropriate remarks. Flaps up as we depart the active. We'll head towards that hangar and Bowser and whatever that's over there, hey? What do you reckon? Folks, thanks again for your company in another video. This has been a Modders Monday episode, looking at Jaydee's improvement mod here for the Bandit. Thank you, Mr. Jaydee, for all you do for the simulation community. It is appreciated. Folks, as I said earlier, I hope that wherever you are in this world that you're well, that you're safe, you're enjoying your simming, and we'll see you in a future video. Bye for now.